So I go ahead and bring the meeting to order. Yeah.
Where's your gavel?
Okay, well, Karen, I'll let you introduce yourself first.
Okay, my name is Karen Lind, and I am the secretary slash treasurer of the District 39 Club. Charlie?
Charlie Barkley, I'm Vice President, District 39.
I'm Clint Sabarati. I'm the president of District 39.
Sharon?
Sharon?
Sharon Cranford. I'm in District 39 in Montgomery Village, and I'm a precinct leader.
She used to be the secretary, but she didn't want to do that anymore.
I'm passing
Yeah.
the torch.
That's the torch.
Yeah.
So we're on the lookout for a new secretary for the club.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I will take care of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aaron?
We have a special guest. We have Aaron Kraut.
Yeah, hi everybody.
He he worked for Councilmember Don Lukey, so he'll be here with us.
And Shannon, can you introduce yourself? There you go.
My name is Shannon Bishop, and I am a constituent in this district, and I wanted to learn more about what's happening.
Yay.
Welcome. Yay. We need more people to join, to listen to us or talk to us or
Yeah.
whatever.
And bear with us, Shannon. Most of the time, we have a lot of most of our meetings are held on Sundays
Mm-hmm.
in the mid-afternoon. But we know, in respect to the football season and everything, and everybody like to attend all different things. We like to accommodate everyone in every different direction. And this being the last meeting of the year, so we decided to hold it on a Saturday early to get, just to give everybody a little update of what's going on within the state, the county, and the club, and how we're trying to expand and grow, and what's coming down the line that we need to do in regards to like helping to galvanize support to go out to for the 2026 election, how to elect the right and strong candidate, because as we all know, Maryland is facing a revenue shortfall in throughout the whole state. So we have a lot of work to be done, and we have to make sure we elect the right candidates to keep to try to balance whatever budget they could balance, and try to make sure that we were able to have money still flowing throughout the state and the counties as much as possible. So that's just one of the stuff that as a club we have to do, being that 39 is have always tend to be one of the lowest turnout districts when it comes to voting. We focus more on the presidential than the gubernatorial election, where that's local politics for us, where everything is actually local for us. So we're trying to see how we could get support, more precinct chairs and precinct vice chairs. Within the district, we have a couple of vacancies that we're trying to fill up. And also, we're trying to get all new constituents and residents to sign up for the MCDCC newsletter that it sends out weekly, to give you a lot of information about what's going on within the county and stuff, and everything when it comes to events, and from events to community service. Like, I think, Sharon, you guys did a food bank the other day, right?
Yes, we did. Yes, we have done that. Yes. The MCDCC had a holiday party last Sunday over at Gaithersburg High School, and we all brought non-perishables to go to various charities. So yes, that was great. It was at Gaithersburg High School. Oh, you were there.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a really fun time, right?
Yes. Yeah. I had a chance to meet people that I didn't know who were or were not my representatives.
Well, I was there too, and it was a great party. It was really fun. It was really fun. Pam Luckett is the chair of the MCDCC, and she's terrific. If you're, as Clint mentioned, mcdcc.org is the website, and you can sign up for a newsletter that comes out every week. And we're looking for precinct leaders, desperately looking for precinct leaders. So if you have any interest, they do an orientation. Next one is January 17 at 6:30. It runs about an hour, virtual, really good. Okay, enough. Click
what
back to
time-
you.
What time is that, Sharon?
It's 6:30. It
On the
lasts
17th?
on the 7th. It's Sarah Brand-Witta is holding these orientation sessions, the 17th of
Oh,
each month.
It's on a Saturday night? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm looking. I think it's a Friday night, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah. Oh, wait a
No,
minute.
it's
No, no,
a
no,
Saturday.
no, no,
It's a
no. I'm looking
Saturday
at
night.
the 25th. Yeah, she may change that, but although
Yeah, it's a
she's been
Saturday
really
night.
consistent, because she just said the 17th. Everyone can remember that. It's a weird date, the 17th. And I'll
Yeah.
be there.
Don't usually do them on a Saturday night. That's kind
Yeah,
of different.
right.
Yeah.
But she's really doing a good job. At every MCDCC meeting, she announces who has applied to be a precinct leader, and everyone, and that's when they're reviewed. And then the next meeting, they go through the approval. They'll be approved. And so it takes like 2 months. And every meeting, she has a report to make to MCDCC, and it's tremendous. I mean, she is chipping away. We lost a lot of precinct leaders because, people move away, they get burned out, they want to take on another task, and so we need to fill them. And we have 250 precincts in our district in Montgomery County, and at one point, it was like 60% were vacant. We're now down to about 47% vacant. So, Clint, you're a precinct leader. I'm one. So,
Yes.
yeah, we need more. We're trending in the right direction, but the job is not hard. It's really a good job. You get to meet lots of people. So, yeah.
Yeah, you meet a lot of people in the neighborhood that you didn't know that live in your community.
Yes.
You learn your district. You meet a lot of the elected officials. It have a lot of perks and benefits that come with being a precinct leader that you get to meet, and a lot of the events and stuff that you get to attend and socialize and network more strongly.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you try to educate not only one generation but the following generation the importance of election and how much your vote really do matter, and how we could try to always make a change, and who we vote for now actually plays a role 5-10 years later.
True.
So yeah, we do that. One thing else I would like to mention, I know Shannon, you probably haven't heard about it, and Aaron, you probably heard about it. The D39 slate, they're hosting their annual legislative send-off dinner. It will be January 8th. The location is not known. You have to RSVP, but you have to RSVP through Senator Nancy King. Karen, if you have a chance, could you put Nancy email in the chat? That way, if Shannon, if you want to attend, all you got to do is just RSVP to Senator Nancy King. That way, because it's a first come, seats are limited because of the room capacity. So we try to fill it up. And, it's a dinner where you meet some more of the elected officials, not only from District 39, but sometimes county council members and state Congress people and everything attends to just for these functions, just to speak about what it is they're planning to do in the coming year, what agenda and priority they have in place, and what they like to tackle, and to hear more from you.
I have to do this real quick to get her email address.
Clint, are you ready to, can we hear from Aaron? Yeah.
Yeah, we could. Oh, well, I guess before we even hear from Aaron, and I give you once again, Aaron, I see that we have one of our esteemed delegate, Mr.
Oh,
Greg Rings, is joining.
Yay.
Hello, good to see our esteemed colleagues in D39. Hello.
Hey.
What's up, Greg?
Yes, I'm volunteering today. That's what I'm getting. We're giving out turkeys and toys here. As you can see, the Muslim Community Foundation. So I'm here to see right there today. If you
Excellent.
saw.
Okay.
So anyway, I told him I had to talk with you, and then I'll go back in and volunteer again. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since you're in a rush, Greg, and as most of us know here, you can introduce yourself and tell us. We have Miss Bishop with us. I don't know if you met her or not. You could tell
Okay.
who you are and that you're one of our delegates and what it
Okay.
is you've been. What have you been up to lately?
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Delegate Greg Wims. I am on the Ways and Means Committee, and I think with that, especially for D39, we're working on education issues to make sure that we have all the support we can for our teachers. And I will say this year, I'm putting in a bill that will say that all of those who work with the school system that are not teachers, by that, the building service workers, which are the janitors, the cafeteria assistant workers, the school aides. We're putting in what we call a living wage bill where they won't have to work 2 jobs and sometimes 3 jobs to make it. So we're getting good support. Although the budget is tight, everyone agrees we have to help our schools, help our teachers. And then the last thing I would say last year, because as you know, we have a lot of immigrants that live in 39. I was able to get a bill passed and signed by the governor for the GED. Those who take the GED test, it's now going to be in Spanish and English. It was only in English for the last 30 or 40 years. And then next year, there's a study to put in other languages also. So that's me, Greg Wims, Ways and Means Committee, District 39. Good to see all of you. Thank you.
Did you make any progress when you came through my neighborhood, Greg?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that-
did. I knocked on. They said, "You don't need to knock on my door." Karen told me. She said, "I know you." So I knocked on the next door, and I made some progress. And good to see everybody. I see Aaron, Charles, Charlie, as I like to call him. Everybody here, and of course, Sharon. So good to see all of you.
Good to see you. Yeah.
So, Greg, you ready for your special session next week?
I'm glad you asked that. For those who don't know, our speaker, our wonderful speaker, Adrian Jones, decided to step down as speaker. She'll still be in the legislature as a delegate. So we have to vote on Tuesday. So, Charlie, we have our special session starting Tuesday. Hopefully, it'll just be one day, but they scheduled it for 2 days, but hopefully, it'll just be one day. Yes. Yes.
So you get your work cut out for you.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Mm.
come in. Oh, okay. Thank you. I told him I'll be in about 3 minutes. By the way, I want you to know Miss Bishop and I know each other because we live in Stewarttown. She's one of the historic families like mine. Her family and mine go back to 1840s. So I just want everybody to know she's a good
Oh,
friend
wow.
and a neighbor.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Shannon, that's great.
Yeah, long time connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Well, welcome to the club.
Thank you. I will say
Yes.
Greg inspired me. He's always talking about joining. So I finally have the capacity to do so.
Great.
Well, we really appreciate it.
And Mr. Chair, I want you to know she is a worker like myself. She doesn't just join and sit around. You're going to see that she works hard. So very proud of her. She's one of the best we have in our community.
Well, that's
Yes.
wonderful. I'm glad to know that because, as you know, in this district and our club, we got a lot of work that we trying to
Yes.
put the club and, put the club right at front and center in the county to be one of the most upcoming and inspiring club you want to be part of. And we
Yes.
trying to be more inclusive with everything, whether it's come from,
Yes.
whatever it is to reach to all the people to get them involved and be more engaged with everything community-based wise. We're trying to do a
Okay.
lot of that.
Okay. Well, with that, I have
And-
to go back and give out some more toys and some more turkeys. They give turkeys away today here too. So we'll go. But good to see all of you. Thank you so much for what you
See you
do.
later. Bye-bye.
Hi, Greg.
Greg.
Thanks for stopping in and spending time with us.
Dee, thank you for
Bye.
all that you do. Dee, and see my good friend Aaron too. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye. All right. Well, I guess now, with that being said, we'll let Aaron Kraut, who works for Councilmember Don Lukey, have a moment to speak a little bit about the state of the county and from his council member standpoint, and give us an update of what's going on.
Sure. Thanks, Clint. Thanks, everyone. Aaron Kraut, Chief of Staff for District 7 County Councilmember Don Lukey. As mentioned before by Sharon, also a District 39 resident here in Montgomery Village. So look, obviously a ton going on, county government. I'm going to give you two things. One, they're both recent things. There's obviously other things going on, but one, I just put a link in the chat to every December, the council gets a fiscal update. And so this year's fiscal update, look, no real surprise, but given some of the lack of growth, natural economic growth in the county, plus now exacerbated by Trump's reduction of the federal government workforce, which we rely on so heavily. Finally, for the first time, the county is projecting some revenue shortfalls. And so there's more details about that in that staff packet. Long story short, the state has already been projecting this. There's some reasons why it takes the county more time to get there, mainly having to do with income tax and the way that's collected by the state and how that information and how much money we're going to get back as the county, that kind of lags depending on when people pay their income taxes, if they get extensions, if they take capital gains, all kinds of things. So that's why we're finally seeing the impact at the county level for county revenues that we expected and that the state already dealt with in their legislative session this year and will be again this year. So basically, we're looking at $100 million less for the next fiscal year that begins July 1st. That's the budget that the council will take up when we get it from the county executive on March 15th. And then more reductions, more shortfalls, more gaps to fill in the years following. And the unfortunate reality is this is probably just the start. We're still actually waiting on solid income tax return data from the state that will show the true sort of damage being done by losing at least 5,000 to 6,000 federal jobs here in the county. So that's what we're dealing with. We're going to have to be creative. We're going to have to balance that, the needs we need to fund against the costs people are already facing. And so there will be, we anticipate a lot of debate about yet another tax increase proposal. So we'll need to hear from you about where you stand on that or different aspects of that when the time comes. So that's where we are. Happy to answer questions about that. Another current recent thing that I want to put a link in here about that Councilmember Lukey played a role in is that new council president, Natalie Fanning Gonzalez, her first sort of initiative upon taking that position last week was trying to codify what the county's existing policy is on immigration and how we do not, county police, county law enforcement, do not participate in immigration enforcement. We obviously have anti-discrimination rules in place as a policy, at a regulation, executive order level, but we wanted to codify that given what's happening out there, given that ICE has been coming into our communities and taking people, sometimes illegally, quite frankly, and aggressively. So what the council has put forth is our own version of the Trust Act to protect immigrant communities. And Councilmember Lukey, with her public safety background, with her health and human services background, played a large part in trying to iron out the important details with groups like CASA, with Natalie Fanning Gonzalez, with our county executive agencies, police especially, so that we could provide a product that would work in reality and would work according to the law, but also protect members of our immigrant community. So I've rambled on. Those are two very current things. There's always a lot else going on. I guess I should add the main thing we do are the everyday constituent services, the seemingly small things like that water main break, for instance, that are big things when they happen. So reach out to us, reach out to me, because that's the main thing we do. Aside from these big budget decisions, these big policy decisions, we don't want to lose sight of that. So I'll put my email and our general office email in there and reach out anytime.
Thank you very much, Aaron, for the updates. Well needed. Okay, I guess I cover a lot of the stuff that we want to talk about in this meeting, and seeing that is we did the first time we did it on a Saturday compared to actually do it on a Sunday afternoon around 1 o'clock, so it maybe kind of shift a lot of people because we had about 10 people sign up to be in the meeting today. Besides most of us here on this call, but it tends to not. Everybody else may be focused and they're thinking about the snow that's coming down. So projected to come later on this afternoon. So people may be in the stores trying to grab last minute items and stuff like that. So
I'm going to be one of those in about another half an hour.
Yeah, with the frenzy. So, with that being said, I don't have much else to say. Sharon, Charlie.
I'm good.
Karen. Shannon, if you have something you'd like to introduce or tell us a little bit more about you, and I know you have a wealth of history in the county from being with Greg, knowing of Greg.
So, yeah, my mother's side of the family is from Gaithersburg, and we've been here, like Greg said, for a very long time. I moved to Gaithersburg to my grandparents' home in 2015, so I've actually been in the area for a very long time. But I primarily worked in Virginia. I got a job not too long ago where I can work from home. So that not having to be in the car definitely provides some flexibility in what I can and cannot be involved in. To be frank, I live on Goshen Road, so I see a lot of traffic every day, a lot. And one of the concerns that I have had is that there has been a plan to widen my road. So one of the things that I wanted to be able to do is just listen to see how people deliberate, make their own decisions, think through a process. So just personally, that's always been my overarching concern. But there are needs in this county that I know and in our neighborhood that really need to be advocated for, and just learning how the party chooses to advocate for what it advocates for. And I will say, I went to that meeting last Sunday, and the one thing that I walked away with was maybe I didn't figure it out right, but there's got to be a better way to figure out who's running for office for this district and the district that I'm in. Because I was saying last week, at one point there was a 6, and I had to know 39, and I had to know another number to know who represents me. And I'm like, it shouldn't be that hard. Now I went to the Board of Elections, but then it's like, okay, here are your representatives. And now since we're coming into a year where there are elections, it would be helpful to know as of today who's running for what in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
That maybe changes once every 3 months. When someone new puts their name up, great. But at least I can go today, December 13th. These are my representatives. This is what they do. This is who's running for office. Especially this county council thing, because I'm confused on that.
Yep. You get one district,
right?
District 7 and 4 at large. Yes, it's very confusing.
Right. I get that now, but I tell you, before Sunday, I was very confused.
Yes, we need to do better with that. I think, I'd be happy to help. I'm sure the club would be happy to help. One good resource, it comes out later. Maybe it should come out earlier. The League of Women Voters.
That's the greatest thing.
Yeah, always puts out this awesome guide.
They do an excellent job. Yeah. That really helped me when I first came to Montgomery County to know who I was voting for,
Mhm.
whether they represented me or not. The one thing way back when that I could not always be clear about is, again, what district I was in. So I had to take it a step further to know who exactly my representatives were, or the people running for office to be my representatives were. But that's one of the greatest pieces of educational information that I'll say I've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, the trouble with District 39 is it's unbelievable. The border isn't like square or round. We go here, and then there's another one, and then we go over that way. You
Yeah,
know,
and then
it's
I saw a map that said this is legislative district 39, but the numbers on it were like 09 dash something and then 09 dash something else. I'm like, I don't.
Oh, those were probably, Shannon, those might have been precincts that you were looking at.
Okay, there
Yeah,
we go.
because I'm not too far away from you. I'm in Whetstone, and I'm the precinct leader in 09-005.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So we're nearby. We're very close. We should have coffee. You
Oh,
and
and
Sharon and I should have coffee together.
yeah, I'm over. I'm just around the corner from you on Duffer Way. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm right up the street from Goshen United Methodist Church. That's my church.
There
So
you go. There
clearly,
you
right,
go.
we're all right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, y'all within a one big circle. But
Yep.
also, I would like to just announce Amar has joined us in the call.
Mhm.
So I see you've been up for a few minutes, but I didn't want to interrupt you, Shannon, when you were speaking. So I waited till you was finished to just announce that he has joined the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Hey,
I
hey everyone, just wanted to say hi. Sorry I was a little late. I just finished a call. It's good to see you guys.
yes,
Yeah.
this guy is always great to see Amar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think the League of Women does a very good job with giving out the information, and that's something that needs to be contagious, that spreads throughout the county, where everybody could actually have some kind of informational guide about who all candidates are, what their position, how it is, or what in what district you're in, because sometimes it is very hard, because one side of the street could be one district to the next, and then it'd be the same way with the county council and the congressional districts and everything like that, and the lines could be very blurred sometimes. So I think it could get a lot better, and it's improve a lot, but it could improve some more.
I suggested I forget who I was talking to last Sunday, but I said, I'm a fan of trivia. Maybe we should have had a game, like figure out or choose your district, and then you win a prize if you're right. Like maybe that would make it a little bit more fun. I mean, the event was
there
fun,
you go.
but like you kind of gamify. Like, okay, now I have a positive emotion with learning who my representatives are.
Yeah. And I guess that's something that we could, especially in this club, that we could try to start to put on the agenda for next year. Like, try to invite more of the different districts, the council members, to come in to meet and have a conversation and explain where the district are, what district they represent, how far it stretch, and the delegation. We could always team up with the up county Dems, where we have 15, 17, 19, and 39. And, we could all get together and sit down and start to explain a lot more of where the lines are drawn and the districts are equally met, so we could have a better understanding who our elected delegations are, from the state to the congressional to the county council and stuff like that.
Aaron, I have a quick question for you. As far as talking about the districts and adding this new district and all that kind of stuff, where's the council with all of that?
So there'll be no changes. So as I'm sure we've all been hearing and reading about the congressional districts, right?
Yeah.
Traditionally, legally, I think it's safe to say you're supposed to do redistricting every 10 years with the census, right? So what's happening nationally and discussed in Maryland, but not quite happening yet, is redistricting the congressional districts mid-cycle before the next census for clear and apparent political purposes, right? That won't affect or impact the state legislative districts or the county council districts. Now, If Maryland does go forward with that, it may impact the date of the next primary election, which right now is June 19th, I think. Amar would know.
I think 23rd, maybe, yeah.
But
23rd.
you know, that's TBD. But to answer your question, yeah, that's not the council districts and the state legislative districts for this cycle are going to stay the same. So there's some relief there.
And that's good to know because, we all have our own personal opinion on this relief. And I think we're chasing behind one of those shiny objects with this redistricting thing. And we're losing focus of the bigger picture of what we really need to focus on, because as not only in the state of Maryland, we can see across the country, the economy is going in the wrong direction overall because inflation is high, tariff is the main cause of it. So the redistricting is just a ploy to run away from everything else. And then now with it not being able to pass the healthcare bill or the subsidy for the ACA is a whole different conversation. So, we all could have our personal differences on what we should be our priority, but Maryland priority should be about the economy and making sure that our economy could be stabilized.
Mhm.
That way, because as you can see, it's already projected from the state come down. We have a revenue shortfall is about to hit us hard in the coming fiscal year. So that's what we should be focusing on more than anything else.
And Clint, let me just, while Aaron's still here, let me throw out the budget thing, if I may. Aaron, I know the council's not even looking at property taxes right now, but I just want to remind the council that I'm in the courts at Clarksburg. My property tax assessment went up 23%. So even though taxes may not go up as such, mine went up a fair amount because of that assessment. And that's true for most of my community here in the courts at Clarksburg. And we're a 55 and older community. So I know Don understands it, but just keep it in mind when they're looking at property taxes, because a lot of us taxes are already up without an increase.
Mine went up. My taxes went up, but my property value, according to what I just got, came down a little bit. So therefore, my escrow was short because of the property taxes. So now my mortgage payment's going to be a little bit more too. So,
Yep. But I mean, you're right, and Don's very attuned to that. The rising property values. I mean, that's a good thing in the long term, but that makes it more expensive to continue to live here in the short term. And so if you combine that by also increasing the rate, I mean, that's significant.
It could be a problem.
I don't, look, that is going to be a discussion with this budget. It is. I think also income tax rate will be a discussion, and we'll see what else is proposed. But and people are going to be on the other side of that. That's going to be a difficult thing to iron out. But, make sure you continue to let us know what you're thinking, because that's important to Dawn.
Well, the big thing is to make sure that everybody who's a senior is taking their homestead credit, that they've got their plus 65 credit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we get. I've got neighbors. I haven't been in my house for 40 years, but I have neighbors who have been in their houses for 40 years, and they get a special tax break for that. Because it's kind of an understanding that you've been there for a long time. You're not planning on selling, but you'd like to stay in your home. So, yeah.
And there are interesting things we can be doing around that, because if you think about it, because the value is good and the assessments have gone up.
Yeah.
Some of the thresholds and standards in our existing property tax credit law are outdated, one could argue.
Okay, good.
So we've talked about increasing the threshold to make more people eligible, given the reality. And we've run into some headwinds with certain aspects of that, but that's something else to keep in mind, something that can be.
The other thing you can do is close some loopholes, in the tax code. There are plenty of games that are being played that maybe shouldn't be played anymore,
Yeah.
So, but can I give a shout out for something that I think is working really well? The ride-on buses. They're now free all the time for everybody. And as I drive through Montgomery Village, I am finding more and more people all day long out at the bus stops. It is fabulous.
Well, that's Clint.
It is incredible.
I'm right here at the headquarters right now.
He's doing.
As you
He's
can see in the
charge
background.
running right now as we speak.
It is,
That's right.
you know, my husband took ride on I worked in Gaithersburg, but he took the ride on to Shady Grove and then took the metro down to his job in downtown DC. But I was up at the foundation, the MDF Foundation, and I saw a group of people standing out all different ages outside at the bus stop. And I thought, what the heck? And they all got on the bus. And I drove along. I got to Montgomery Village Avenue, and there are more people. I mean, it's every day. There are people at the bus stops. It is fantastic. It is such a blessing. And it enables seniors to get around without their cars. One of my neighbors actually took the ride-on bus up to the library. She would have driven, but she said, hey, leave my car at home. I'll walk down. I'll jump on the ride-on bus. I'll go to the library. I'll hop on again, come back home. She said it was great. So, yay, that one works. That works really well.
Yeah, it works good, and expanding, and we have one of the programs that hopefully they'll expand, and it's called Ride On Flex. It's like the county personal Uber, where you can actually sign up, but it only does certain areas right now. It does more of the Rockville, Wheaton area. Yeah. We're trying to push to get them to come up county, because up county's always been left behind. That way, you could kind of schedule a ride, and they'll pick you up in certain locations and drop you from one point to the next.
That would be outstanding. I mean, right now I've got a bunch of seniors. I'm in Whetstone, a bunch of seniors. A lot of them don't drive anymore. They need rides. It would be fantastic to get to medical appointments, to get to the grocery store, to get to the pharmacy, to get, a prescription. So yeah, that would be great.
I mean, I know that Lakeland has a neighborhood village. Is there a village for Whetstone?
No, but you know what, Shannon? I want to start one. I want to start a village, not just for Whetstone, but for our area, our area. And I ran into a neighbor at the Goshen Crossing Giant, and she's on board too. So yeah, I'm adding you to the list. We'll get together and we'll figure out how we can make this happen.
I have some besides myself being elderly. The woman across the way from me here is 92, 93 now. And I know, and they finally she was in a small accident and they took her driver's license away now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
she can't drive. Yeah. She's stuck.
We have a lot of neighbors that look out for her though. And she has friends that come by and take her to church on Sundays and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yep. But we've also got like neighbors who don't have any family near here, and they're stuck. If adjacent neighbors aren't available, they're literally stuck. So yeah, Shannon, I'm on board. This is great.
I'll help out too.
I've worked with older adults my entire career, and one of the biggest when I left my job in Virginia, it was for a community that partnered a lot with villages down in that area, Mount Vernon at home in Alexandria. So there's definitely a huge benefit. And there's a consortium here in Montgomery County.
Yes, there is. And I've talked with them. Yes. Okay. I've got their card. Yeah. I just talked with them and they're sort of like, we need to have a planning session. We need to invite people in, see how much interest there is, and then go from there. So yeah, that would be great. That would be wonderful. We really need it. At one point, I was overseeing 4 widows. It was just, it was really hard. It was too much. And they didn't have any family. So it was like, so yeah, we need it. This is great.
Does the county council or the overall Democratic Party in Montgomery County have a platform on aging services, or plank in the platform for aging services?
I don't know. Does anybody?
You know what? They have a group, because one of the BCC's group, the Boards Committee and Commission group, they have a group that focus strictly on a lot of stuff for the aging community. So, but it just like it's a bunch of community members who volunteers to try to give recommendation ideas like how to what is needed with an aging community more elderly people and what it is they need and
You
stuff
can
like
say
that. But
aging, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, but
old. Yay.
Well, the county
I've
has it.
lasted this long.
yeah,
Doesn't the county have an aging services?
yes, they have a
office?
board. They have a committee that oversees it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if you go on the county website, I'm trying to remember who's the chair of the board. But if you go on the county website, you could put it in for the aging services, and they show you the committee. They have a committee that oversees everything for the aging services.
Yeah. No, we are good. We are good. Okay.
And they most of the time they hold meeting at least, I want to say once a month or once every 2 months, and they have a lot of stuff on their website telling you like a lot of their agenda, like the minutes, what they discuss, who's all part of it, who came in to see what, and what are their goals for the next 2 to 3 years and stuff like that, and what service they can offer and what service that it needs to help to offer and stuff like that. But I want to circle back on something that Charlie said earlier and Sharon. But I think with Aaron, we could probably work together, maybe trying to put a flyer together, like all the programs that could be resourceful and useful for elderly people especially in this time that they could get assistance and services with in case of anything that's going on. What numbers to reach out? Because I know that always been a concern to a lot of people. Like they need services, but they don't know where to get it from. Who to get in touch with?
We'd be happy to help put that together. Transportation,
Yeah.
medical,
Yeah.
food, everything. So
Okay.
Yeah. But I think this was very great. We share a lot of information. This was very productive. I would have loved to have more people, but just even you, Shannon and Aaron, joining us and having this conversation, we get to go in depth a little bit more and understand things a little more.
Shannon, do you know how to get in touch with Sharon and I about getting more information about the club and all that kind of stuff?
I do not actually.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Karen, Sharon, I could put your email in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they'll reach out to you and give you the information you need, and we'll be happy to have you on board to help us, because as we try to grow, we're open to all new ideas and avenues and how we could reach more people and expand the club and where the club presence need to be, because sometimes we want to do a lot more outdoor activities, but sometimes we're limited on ideas or like resources and places to go.
Okay, I just put my information in the chat for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, all right. I guess if we
I
are,
think we're about done, aren't we, Clint?
Yeah.
yep, I just about to call the meeting to an end. If you want to, you almost beat me to it, Charlie.
Now, the
Okay.
Army Navy game starts pretty soon.
Yeah.
If I may, I just want to thank Erin for being here representing Don. And please share with Don, we appreciate everything she does for District 39. And I know she doesn't forget us. We know she represents us well. So just let her know that, please.
will do. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, everybody have nice holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to
Yes. Happy
stay-
holidays to everyone, and please be safe.
I'm gonna go fight the grocery stores like everybody else is doing. So,
Good luck.
All right.
like I said
Okay.
before,
Y'all
though, I
have a
don't.
good holiday.
See ya.
You too.
You too,
Bye bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.